with it done, with the Donante, with the Dun Beezy, with the Dun Hell, with in the Dun Beezy. What's up, Boss Tweezy? We're live in the Steezy. It's your boy Dun Beezy. And I'm coming to you here on Sunday. I'm coming to you here at 9:47 on Sunday, and I gotta lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was a quasi-planned, quasi-unplanned stream. So what had happened was, I told myself that I wasn't gonna stream because I wanted to record the Fall of Indy Jamma Jones video, and then I started thinking, what am I gonna need to do to be able to confidently say the script? And for a second, I was like, is the answer to do another stream about Indy Jamma Jones? Because yesterday I recorded another video. I recorded my next video for Skaters Connect about Chuck Birch. So I recorded the lines for that, and something that I heard Marquell Russell say, that's one of the dudes I'll be watching on Instagram. That's actually like the dude with the glasses I watch. I watch about 50% of his videos. I say 50% of the videos in my playlist are his. He said that we get used to doing things and them feeling hard. And when something feels easy, understand that that is the progression. So I record them lines. And I woke up this morning and I ordered the video. I put music on it. I chose the music. I improved one of the effects for my voice effects, so my audio in the way that it's balanced with music is going to be take it to the next level. So I'm happy about that. And I started thinking about what I wanted to do next. I did a calculation, and some things started to sink in. Some things started to sink in about the things that I'm saying and the stuff that I'm saying. And I have to be honest, I was walking around today, living in my apartment. Is a vacation really that bad? Does it have to be bye-bye? See y'all next year. Taking it, I'm going. See ya. Picking up the roots. And then I remember something that I said to someone else, and many times I'll say, many would be a wild thing to say because that would be more than half, and most would be more than half. Many would be more than most, so I'm thinking around 75%. So sometimes, let's say it's some. Sometimes when people ask me a question, especially when it is a small talk question or give me a small talk response, I take an opportunity and I listen to my inner ego. And I had a conversation and I listened to my inner ego. Somebody told me that they had to move for work. So you're probably asking why I'm emphasizing this word had. Because I understand being relocated for a position and being in a place where you make that decision financially. But I don't understand saying that you have to do something. I just think that it's easy to feel like you have to do your 9 to 5, but we don't have to do anything. We chose. I chose, at least. I don't know anybody else. I don't know what anybody else did. And I feel the idea of going into something like adulting daily with a position that I had to be there. And now I'm in a position where I can really reflect on the second part of the statement. If I choose to live and work in a specific position instead of jumping out on my own, jumping off the porch to pursue something that I specifically thought of or possibly imagined, then I chose. I chose the life. Are you going to choose this life and to be here in October when the weather flipped back over? You know what I really thought about? Some law schools do like a winter intake. There's there's an LSAT in Bangkok. I need to check the dates, but there should be one in December. Record the journey on the Dunbeezy Productions on the run up. Okay, now it's the law channel. You're getting into the SMMA. You're getting into the skill building. You're getting into the project management. Okay. What did he say? I'm just spitballing now. Now it's time to get serious. But I can't lie. I do be walking around because it's May. Summer start the second week of June. How you gonna wrap this up? How you gonna wrap that up? Where you gonna put this? Where you gonna put that? What are some different things that you need to do? Yeah, you definitely gotta, come. I'm even looking around this room right now. I'm imagining walking out, but nope, it's not just gonna be a pick up and walk out of this. You're gonna have to coordinate with some adults to do this. You're gonna have to coordinate with an adult to do that. Like, nope. Then what happens? What happens exactly? It takes 8 days to be over it for the first time. Yeah, I think it takes about 8 days to be over it for the first time. Maybe 2 weeks. Easily 2 weeks. What happens when things don't go to plan? What happens when there's a setback? What happens when there's something that you didn't count for? Soft for the title and related to it. Oh man. Let me talk about why I didn't know Indy Jamma Jones. Let me get real. Thanks, Scooter, for bringing me back. Because I got on the tangent talking about what was I talking about? I'm talking about The philosophical part of the lesson or the day, jumping off the porch and chasing your dreams. What happens if I regret not trying? Which one is harder? Calling an adult and having them meet inside of a time window and not having internet for a couple days, or not trying? And then, like, I'm really talking about going to law school. So that's the second thing I thought about. I said, no, bro, your whole schedule is going to switch over regardless. If you really do it. No, man, you really have 365. You have a smooth 365, to be honest. If you had a moment in time to shoot, 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 it would really be right now. And so every single time, let's talk about snacks for the day. First, I got some Doritos. You know I did it. You know I got the Doritos. You know I need my Doritos. Shouts out to Kamala Harris. I'm not sure if this is going to copyright strike or not. Oh, wow. Scooter said that Doritos are overrated. I prefer Pringles. I don't eat Pringles because I actually do like Pringles. I used to really like Pringles. You know, the one thing I think is funny that they had like news stories about her going to go get bags of Doritos. But still, I love Doritos. Y'all know how much I love Doritos. Y'all see me in here with the Doritos every single stream I got them on me. So, original Pringles or sour cream and onion? That's the real question. Or what's the dark horse third flavor? Because Kamala Harris eats the nacho cheese, and I eat. This isn't spicy nacho. This is. I can't. I eat the purple bag. I can't even tell you the flavor of it. What's the purple bag of Doritos called? Spicy sweet chili. I eat spicy sweet chili. And I pair spicy sweet chili with Cool Ranch. But all flavors of Pringles. Have you ever been to Thailand? In Thailand, they have so many different like Pringles flavors, and there's a lot in China too. I know I was there specifically, saw. So when I get out there and I'm doing the Pringles taste test, the Pringles taste test, the Banana Man Pringles taste test. That's wild. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Then he said, ketchup. America has the blandest taste palette. Original, sour cream and onion, cheddar, pizza, roast beef. These are the weirdest ones. Barbecue, salt and vinegar. Ketchup. In the United States of America, ketchup, you can find ketchup. I'm not going to say that there is never any ketchup Pringles, but they're not everywhere. If you take them to school, I'm just appalled as an American. Because in America, let's get to why I do not know who Indy Jamma Jones is. So I wanted to come in. My second snack are these chicken wings. Before I eat these chicken wings, let me say my piece because if I start eating these, it's gonna break my speech up. I wanted to come in and talk about Indy Jamma Jones because I'm working on the fall of Indy Jamma Jones video. As I'm making the video, I'm putting the storyline together. My stream gives me different moments that I'm reacting to. And I noticed that I always talk about Indy Jamma Jones as the skater with 256,000 YouTube subscribers. The leader of the Planet Roller Skate Group. Roller Skating Beyonce. But I never talk about the rise of Indy Jamma Jones. And in my head, I took a second and I started to think about what does the rise of Indy Jamma Jones look like? She in her first video, she was awkward. She didn't know how to skate. And then she started roller skating with everybody and grew in front of our eyes, right? She grew up roller skating in one of the cultural locations in California. Like, she used to dance at Venice Beach with everybody, right? Of course, she knows Terrell, and she skates with Skate Lisa. No, no, no. No, she couldn't possibly have started a corporate roller skating page in order to promote projects and products. There's no way Indy Jamma Jones started her roller skating page in order to promote products. There is no way. So the thing, I my man Scooter said, I skate mostly in the UK skating scene, so I don't really care about the Planet Roller Skate, Moxie, and the creators. I clearly care. because I'm sitting here talking about them. So unfortunately, for me mostly, I can't be as nonchalant as you. I want to say I don't care about Planet Roller Skate either. I don't care who they are. I still, to this moment right now, do not know who Indy Jamma Jones is. I've never listened to her speak outside of an apology video. All of the videos that I sat down and listened to Indy Jamma Jones speak in were post Fallout. And stop this. I'm not saying this as a flex, like when people say, and I never watched Game of Thrones. Saying I never watched an Indy Gemma Jones tutorial is like saying I never watched Game of Thrones. I never watched Star Wars. I don't like Beyonce. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to flex by pretending like Beyonce isn't the greatest artist of all time. You know how people try to do that, and then they just try to act cool by pretending like they're not concerned by what Beyonce does. I'm gonna get serious. This isn't how I'm saying this. I realize why I don't know who Indy Jamma Jones is. I was in China when Indy Jamma Jones got popular. I didn't realize roller skating was having a resurgence on social media because I couldn't use American social media. Indy Jamma Jones started to get popular in 2018. Her first video was 8 years ago. And let's go back and investigate what her first videos were about. I wanted to do that first bit because it connects directly to what I'm going to say next. The thing about Indy Jamma Jones, talking about the thing I'm going to say next. I did that first bit about what was Indy Jamma Jones's first video about. Let me get some eye contact. I'm going to search her page up. Oh, yeah. I'm glad. Talk about this going to be a good one. Last tangent. No. Let me do this one. I did that first bit about where Indy Jamma Jones started because I'm thinking about how to take my videos to the next level. So I studied different documentary channels and I started to reflect on how they start the videos, where these people's careers start, and where do the narrators start to talk about where the creator's history started. So when I did this, I started thinking about my video. And I said, where does Indy Jamma Jones's history start? At first, I said, just look it up. I try to avoid making things about streams, making videos in the stream sometimes because I'll say, oh, I'm just going to stream it instead of just trying to record it and doing the lines. So I started doing research and I looked at Indy Jamma Jones's YouTube. I said, all you have to do is go to Indy Jamma Jones's YouTube, switch the filter to the dates, and look for her oldest video. And from there, you can trace her history. I predicted that I was going to see Indy Jamma Jones progress as a roller skater, but that's not what I actually saw. The crazy part about what I found is Indy Jamma Jones as an entire character is antithetical to many of the spirits, philosophies, habits, and mindsets of modern roller skating. And I'm talking people who started skating in 2020 who would go on to be anti-professional skater, who would push back against roller skaters who were roller skaters coming into the experience as non-true beginners. But I'm getting ahead of that. Let's look at who Indy Jamma Jones was. It was so weird to me because I came in, clicked in videos, oldest, best of Indy Jamma Jones. So she comes in, and the first thing that she has is her clip reel. She has her clip reel, drops a clip reel. The second video, Planet Roller Skate coming soon. Indy Jamma Jones's second video was the release of an affiliate page as well as a roller skating shop. Maybe it's not. What if this is Planet Roller Skate, the group, no affiliates? However, if this is the announcement of Planet Roller Skate, the business, Indy Jamma Jones started her page to become a brand from the very beginning, the literal inception. Indy Jamma Jones is a brand. This is significant because brands are important. Indy Jamma Jones is a brand. Like Pepsi is a brand. That means that instead of starting a social media page to represent a roller skater's life, this is the official playbook to start a roller skating page to create a business personality. Now you see a lot of people making their influencer pages. You see people making their teacher pages. You see people making their social media video production pages, as opposed to in the past when Reggie and the rest of his homies dropped a roller skating video at the rink. It was him and his friends with a camera at the rink. They weren't like, oh, bro, we're about to make a group, make a specific type of skating, only record a specific kind of videos. So after this, it is only algorithm food. What is roller skate? What is a roller skate? People have had these videos in the past, but Howcast type of people had these videos. This is the modern capitalization on face-to-face influencer marketing. Running the influencer marketing playbook. Highly searched videos and tutorials, how-to videos. I did this in another stream, but let's talk about the high converting tutorials, stairs and roller skates. There was a UK skater who joked about how everyone has a stairs tutorial. I Dance Solo has a how to roller skate tutorial that has millions of views. Last week, he just released another reel on how to roller skate. How to spin. How to jump. I have a how to jump. A couple of team adventures. Okay, so I like this because this is a timeline. The best of Indy Jamma Jones looking at this Planet Roller Skate video, and then her fourth video is confirmed. She is with the team. Indy Jamma Jones, at this point, Moxie Team Skater that created her own page. But does the Moxie page predate Indy Jamma Jones? I wanted to talk about this because the whole anti-pro thing only mattered if you were not certain skaters. That's the real thing I really wanted to point out. The Moxie page goes back 12 years. Now things are starting to make sense. There's an anti-pro beginner for beginner sentiment, and I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. That only applied to skaters coming from the African American diaspora. Indy Jamma Jones started as a member of the Moxie team. The Moxie team's YouTube page goes back to 12 years ago. Indy Jamma Jones's first video is 8 years ago, and it is the best of Indy Jamma Jones. That means that she had clips, she was getting popular, and now the video has about 100,000 views. Indy Jamma Jones's first video has about 100,000 views plus. Indy Jamma Jones's first video has 100,000 views plus right now. So it was a pretty popular video. So people know who she is. Her second video is What is Planet Roller Skate? And now I want to watch it. This could be the next pivotal moment in the story because one of two things happened. If she starts the business, that means she starts her own page and she starts her business at the same time. So now this is when she starts to create another trajectory. I would love to see these social blades side by side. I'm so glad that I saw your comment and I kept talking. Because I have this habit where I will see a comment and I will stop talking. If I interrupted myself to read that comment and then I went back and I listened to it and I saw myself interrupting myself to read that comment. New merch. Y'all can't hear this. Neither one of us can hear this. I was expecting you to be able to hear it. Why didn't you say something about that? Talking all that shizzle dizzle.
When you put wheels on your feet, something extraordinary.
Hey, yo, who is on the track for this? Let's roll. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Let's roll. So, this was the introduction of Planet Roller Skate as a YouTube concept. The second important part about this is it's time to start putting some business details together. When we go to the story and we look at the official stories, when everything breaks apart, there's a question. Was Planet Roller Skate a joint feature? Was Planet Roller Skate a joint venture between Pigeon and Indy? Or was Indy Jamma Jones an employee? I want to point out a couple of details and I want to connect some different parts of the story. The confusing part about Planet Roller Skate is they named so many things Planet Roller Skate. They are currently inside of the Moxie shop. The Moxie shop would become the Planet Roller Skate shop. Pigeon changed the Moxie shop to the Planet Roller Skate shop. Excuse me. In order to Pigeon changed the Moxie shop in order the Pigeon changed the Moxie shop to the Planet Roller Skate shop in order to capitalize on the 2020 boom. That's what was officially said. This would allow them to capitalize on using different brands. So boom. Well, before it becomes Pigeon's roller skate shop, it becomes the Planet Roller Skate shop. So, according to the two stories, one or two things had to have happened, at least in my amateur legal logistical analysis. One, Pigeon owns the shop and she contracts Indy in order to help sell the skates via affiliate marketing. This would be consistent with a lot of Indy's deals and her current economic setup. Hey, yo, what's up, Rachel? Two, is not even a possibility. Because if Indy Jamma Jones if Indy Jamma Jones really owned the shop, she would have ended up like Julie Brent Glass and Doug Glass instead of like Indy Jamma Jones. You've heard what, Rachel? because you can't push out somebody that really owns something. And when everything happens in the end, everyone leaves the Planet Roller Skate group. Pigeon doubles down on her personal branding. Additionally, the story that Pigeon is the money front behind the entire operation tracks with the entire history of Moxie. Yeah, Planet Roller Skate 2 Pigeon. Oh, yeah. Well, the official story goes that girl power. They didn't they didn't write articles like, "Oh yeah, bro, Indy Jamma Jones really messed up the name, made it pretty hard." But yeah, let's keep going. So boom, she introduces the Planet Roller Skate series. After introducing the Planet Roller Skate series, she starts covering her own adventures as well as releasing different roller skating tutorials. This in it of itself would drive funds to the Moxie shop, the Planet Roller Skate shop. Let's look at a timeline. It was founded in 2010. By 2018, it produced rapid growth. I say because one of my videos came up. Name change. Oh, where you going skating? Not where you going skating. What type of session you going to? Like got an outside session, got a lesson, going to a party. This change occurred in 2020, 2 months after the initial announcement, and marked the end of the Moxie brand name for the store. So the Pigeon Shop, the Moxie Roller Skate Shop changed to Pigeon's Roller Skate Shop in 2020. But, okay, 5 years. So, what was the Planet Roller Skate Shop? Following two people. It'd have to be all affiliate. Ooh, so the two a days with a new pair of skates. Oh, this is a big day. Because if it's officially the Moxie shop, this is Planet Roller Skate brought to you by Indy Jamma Jones. Why is Pigeon coming up? Why is Pigeon Shop coming up? Don't you find that suspicious? I still ain't ate my chicken wings. Am I really about to make this right now? We're going to find the difference between Planet Roller Skate and Pigeon's Roller Skate Shop. Oh, yeah. Why? I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure Pigeon is the financial backing and the center behind the brick and mortar of these endeavors, because when Michelle Styler wanted to double down on the business, she sold the roller skating shop to Pigeon. Pigeon has a skate shop. Pigeon has a skating rink right now. Pigeon separated from Indy Jamma Jones and continued to sell skates by herself because she was the hardcore financial backing, and Indy Jamma Jones was the face of it all. Why didn't Indy Jamma Jones buy the skate shop? I know she was like, yo, I know I can move skates. You know something else I want to talk about that's pure speculation? And this is going to be the purest of speculation. I could see it in her eyes from the very beginning. When you come back and you look at this, the first thumbnail, I want to look at everybody. And then I want to look at how Indy Jamma Jones is looking into the camera. This is like Moxie's big break. Smile. She doesn't know which camera to look at, but she's smiling at that camera, smiling at a camera, smiling at a camera. She knows exactly which camera she's looking at. Stone Cold Death Stare. She's got that same look that she had when they were talking about the Impala situation. This the look that she had on them panels. Why you got that look? It's this Moxie's big break. Girl, smile. At least today. like, hey, yo, why she locked in like this? Well, needless to say, this was a transformative shift in roller skating content, and it led to the current generation of roller skating. I don't know. Maybe everybody was mad at Moxie that they had to admit that they wanted to be Indy Jamma Jones. That they took it out on everybody who wasn't Indy Jamma Jones. Let's see if there's an announcement about opening the store. How to warm up, how to fall. Hating on Chicago's, but she gave Impalas the pass. Silver play button. And Paula Spader. She not like, let's look at the Chicago video. She gonna lace these joints up and go to the park with them. Impala review. I ain't watched the video. And just to confirm my theory about the 1,000-yard stare from the thumbnail, from her thumbnail, look at how open her and expressive her face is every other time. She wasn't the person commanding the photographer that time, so she didn't get the final call. Best beginner dance moves. Moving to NYC. Oh, yeah. She definitely lost the spark. 5 years ago, this was, oof. Oh, this might be, no, I might be sicing it. Oh, wow. This her and pitching together. This is crazy, bruh. Plenty roller skate montage. Four years ago. This is definitely after it. Okay, how to roller skate uphill. Dirty Deb still doing videos with her. Dirty Deb's a real one. Dirty Deb still doing videos with her. She a real one. She ain't leave her out in the cold. Mmm. Anyway, I need to find something to watch so I can eat these wings. I came in early today, so later I'd have time to go out skating. I wouldn't be like, oh man, you haven't streamed. I know I promised I'd be streaming from 7 to 9, but I was like, man, if you stream every day from 7 to 9 every weekend, then you're not going to have a chance to do anything.
All right, do you know?
Give me a second. This video right here. This video right here. This video right here is hilarious. Tom Moise. We made Indy Jamma Jones famous, but we left Tom Moise off Bad and Bougie. I cannot believe Indy Jamma Jones gets catapulted. I'm looking at my hands for ash, making sure it's not on there. My greatest fear is like, can you see this ash in 4K, 1080p ash? 10 biggest lies in rollerblading. I saw the title and I thought it was like 10 people who lied about competitions or tricks. No. 1000% jokes.
Anybody who's ever lied about their rollerblading. If you've been rollerblading for any amount of time now, you'll have witnessed some incredible talents from across the globe, cool tricks, amazing competitions, and a great community. But sometimes people like to stretch the truth a little bit. Whether that's tricks they apparently used to be able to do, or tricks that they're gonna do, the lies sometimes creep in there. So here's a list of the 10 biggest lies in rollerblading.
All the stunts are performed by professionals. Do not attempt this yourself.
Posting videos of tricks.
Last time I watched a Tom Moise video,
chill session.
If I promise not to start screaming if somebody tells me I can't do a trick in the video.
Poppycock. People have been trying to spin this lie since the dawn of social media. It's never a chill sesh. You've come out of that session looking like you've been fighting on the front line for a year, dishevelled like they've unearthed you from a pyramid. Here's a before and
Listen
after.
to this man.
Your whole life and career was building up to that session. That was your grade A. Everything's coming up Millhouse performance.
Everything's
You've
coming
hit
up
PBs
Millhouse
across the board.
performance. Wild. Yo.
You've got personal MVPs, mate. You've come up with a couple of GCSEs, man. You've got all the letters like you dived into alphabetic spaghetti, man. Every trick you've landed, you've thrown up your arms in celebration. So much so, everybody's calling you Mexican Dave. Whee!
What's up, Helen?
Whee! You've landed some dream tricks, but you're going to try and play it down to be...
Ooh, you landed some dream tricks. Yo.
Be cool. Write in that caption just a few chilled clips as the sweat bounces off the screen and you're making spelling mistakes because you're shaking from the adrenaline. Like, be honest, that caption needs to go on your shelf next to your collection.
This is what that got me.
Shots. Pure fiction.
Pure
the tricks you did were good.
Fiction. Pure fiction, bro. Whoa. Just a few chill clips.
Don't try and play it down. People have pulled this lie out so many times that if somebody genuinely did have a chill session, nobody believes them. You know that kid story, the boy who cried wolf? This is the modern day version of it. The boy who cried a few clips from a chill session. Just a quick one before we go any further. If you're into the video and you want to support, you can give us a like. I've also got merch.
Can't believe he animated that book.
Exclusive Discord and videos. Or you can become a Patreon just like these guys. Sneak peeks, exclusive videos. Really love their support. And yours would be amazing as well. Cheers. The people saying this next one and the people hearing this next one both know it has zero foundations in truth. Just one more try, yeah? One more try? One more try. One more try. Promise this is the last one. Just one more try, yeah? One more. I'm so close. Just one more try, yeah? One more, man.
This
Come
one,
on.
I was
Last
like,
one, man.
hey,
Honestly,
wow.
now I'm done, yeah? The translation is an undetermined amount of gold.
I know you're screaming. I was watching this video off stream. I got here, I paused it, I stood up. I said, not right now, later. An undetermined amount of goals. What type of research team does he have?
Until I either land a trick, blow myself to pieces, or you throttle me. It's never one more go. And friendships have been ended for less. The probability of you getting it in that next go, heads or tails, I'm going for neither. What? If you say one more go 10 times in a mirror, all your extra tries come creeping out to take your soul away. You know it's not true and you're just taking advantage of your friend's good nature. Yeah, don't worry about me, mate. I do a bit of contortionism on the side. Like I can stay in this unbearable position filming you for, I don't know, days probably. Cheers, mate. Just one more go. If your partner cheated on you repeatedly and then came up to you and went, do you know what?
Why?
Let's give this one more go. Would you? No. It's the same thing. Everybody knows the score.
They've seen it all before. Next, please. Next.
This is quite a UK specific one, but I can see it applying in other situations. The pictures of people doing tricks sent into the uni magazine for the homegrown section.
That looks so fake.
Criminal lies. This was well before everybody was like Photoshop handsome and AI architects. So people were actually going to great lengths to fake these pictures, to send into mags to win like, I don't know, a puberty keyring or like one wrist guard or like a shifty wallet. The whole family would get involved, like subtly trying to hold somebody up but like keep yourself out of the picture. Occasionally you'd spot a hand or like a shadow that seemed...
Your chill session, your new stiff skate boots. When people say they had a fun time the first time skating in some skates, it was okay. I just did it.
Like quite suspiciously close to the person doing the trick. Your dad would actually like dress up and disguise himself as a bench and like hold you in the grind position. Have you ever seen those costumes where it looks like you're riding on the back of a dinosaur or like an alien's carrying you away? Imagine one of them, but it's for like you doing a trick on a rail or something like that. That's the lengths people would go to. People would have been using 35mm disposable cameras, but somehow there was no motion blur at all. Oh, come off it. Bigfoot levels of deception at play. Next! No one does hammers anymore. Not a single sausage of a hammer. Not a whiff. They just don't do hammers anymore. This could be filed under lies, myths and common misconceptions. The kind of people that say this are like self-described OGs. They're the kind of people that will call themselves legends, still living at home with their parents, like full back tattoo of the lyrics from Stan, prides themselves on once being called the Hartlepool Slim Shady. Whoa. 40 years old but hangs around with 17-year-olds, drinks knockoff prime and like gives his mum back chat in front of his 17-year-old mates to show off. No laces in their skate, only does the first notch on the buckle, otherwise it's too tight for them, even though they've got like rail thin legs that look kind of see-through in certain light. The kind of people that definitely spend a lot of time on the internet looking at niche things, but somehow can't find hammers on YouTube. Crofts does hammers, Alex Sams does hammers, Carlos Burnett.
We definitely not doing no hammers. Me and my boys never in our lives said we gonna do a hammer. This is something I never had to worry about. But like older people, I don't know, man. Sometimes people just get to tell me they can do stuff sometimes, and I be like, all right, bro. Maybe one day I'm going to get to the age where I'm going to tell people how I used to get back in the day.
Now,
back
Niels
in the day, I would
does
have got on
hammers.
you.
Maybe people forget though, because he's quite polite. Kudo absolutely loves a hammer. Kudo is actually French for boss hammer, son of sledge.
confidence is a preference for the habitual voyeur of what is known as
rollerblading. But sometimes that can push people to like tell little porcupines. When you mix in a few substances, all of a sudden they're giving it the big one about all the things they're gonna do when they get to a spot. Yeah, easy, I can do that. Oh, if I ever go there, man, I'm gonna absolutely ruin that place. I'm gonna destroy it, man. They're gonna name it after me. They will provide you with an extensive
You can't lie
list
about being
of
able to dance.
all the worldy
I could
tricks
do
they
that.
will 100% do if they could just get to that spot. When you do get to the spot, their tune normally changes pretty quickly. It's a little knocking on the front of their brain, special delivery from Dread. These are a few flashbacks to what you said the night before. It's gonna sit here in your brain. Oh, there goes the door again. Regret. Good to see you, mate. Get on in here. Oh, King Bullshitter, welcome, mate, welcome. Here's your uncomfortable throne of lies. Please do have a seat. Your new name is David Blame. Because where there's a blame, there's a ropey claim. Out come the excuses. Oh, I've had my tonsils out, like my balance is a bit all over the place. Mate, my chakras
This is how dudes get around the
today,
huss.
and there is no way I can do it, unfortunately. My spirit's just not going to let me. The mood ring's gone turquoise, which is like a sign that I shouldn't really be exerting myself too much today. A close variant of this is giving it beans about a spot that you found. Oh, mate. This is the one. This is the Hubba hideout. Oh yes, please do completely lead me up the garden path, Jesse Smollett. Describing
Straight
the
Juicy
details
Smollett.
of the spot like they're talking about a Salvador Marino painting. They'll have you walking through swamps, deserts, crawling through bushes. Like, where is this place, man? Feeling like you're going to Mordor. We're here. I don't think the blindfold was necessary. What is this? It's all about potential, mate. We'll have 2 pints of a complete letdown over here. Disappointingly weak IPA. It's always the most unskateable, unremarkable, hopeless place going. Ledges that are a straw away from legally being called hay bales.
This is definitely a rollerblading specific one. Never in my life. This be the difference, the biggest difference between being a dance skater and a straight up, I'm a street skate. Man, I know the best spot to skate in the city. Anacostia Roller Skating Pavilion. Isaiah Skate House 58 if I want to skate inside. No, I don't think that I'm going to skate down the street and find a better rink around the horizon. If I need to film a tutorial, I'll go down to the tennis court. Consistent, repeatable skate locations.
Barren land. Floor looks like the bottom of a budgie's cage, you know, like sand you put in for birds.
Next, please.
I'm really going to look after my new bearings this time. Geppetto's letting me start
Man,
rollerblading,
whoa.
has he? Pinocchio.
Whoa.
First session, biblical
No.
rain, a spot with a mud landing. Yeah, come on, why not? Like, just gonna dry myself off in a sandpit as well, like, rub the skates in there, yeah. Leave those outside for the night on a sea wall. The next time you come to use them, it's like your wheels have been welded to the inside of your frame. Like, there's no movement in them at all. You've got to, like, drag them back and forth on the floor just to get, like, an inch of movement. Bearings attract everything, especially hair. I've skated in an indoor skate park before and come home and it looks like I've got part of somebody's weave in my wheels. Looks like I've got a part-time job cleaning up after the barber with my skates on. In all my 24 years of bang average rollerblading, I think I've cleaned my bearings once. And that was only because I was severely bored. And I didn't even use the proper stuff. I used like bog roll and olive oil. If I was to ever do it again, I would just go full dad technique, WD-40 mate, spray that everywhere, just like all over the things. I'd be going like lightning. I'd rather throw away the bearings and the wheels to avoid cleaning them, just get new ones. Side note, the ABEC number like means nothing really to rollerblading. It's to do with like
Speaking of cleaning bearings, I need to clean my bearings. I bet my knees in that trick. I used to be going back in the day. Here's what
Line
I
on
was
the
talking
night.
about.
I used to be pretty good at rollerblading. There's always somebody who no longer skates, who nobody seems to know or recognise, that loves to claim how good they used to be. How they landed the
How
leap
good
of faith
they
first
was,
going,
how
no
many
filming
trips
though,
they
just for the
landed.
soul like. How they done a front
Back
flip
in the
over the
day.
Ashford Widowmaker. How they top sold a power
with
line.
a
We'll
front
happily
flip
show
over
you
the
pictures of
Ashford Mill.
impossible spots that they've apparently done, but never actual footage or pictures of them doing it.
Next, please.
I'm going to be sensible. I'm only going to buy one pair of skates this year. Lies. You do everything you can to get all the skates you can. You'd sell your kids'
in Ashton
uniform,
Fahrenheit.
send them to school in tinfoil just to get the latest pair of skates. Your trouser pocket starts flapping. Your wallet's looking at you, smiling and winking. You're thinking, Tim, you can go without his insulin. Up pops that Loco advert. You're getting tempted. You're thinking, I can just make all the money back from drop shipping. I'll just start a business. There's a way to do it. Give me more skates. All of a sudden, the skates you bought last week, which were perfectly fine, are giving you problems. Like, oh yeah, do you know what? They are a bit sore on my ankles. They are actually a bit too small. I took a risk there, got the wrong size. Like, the spokes on the wheels are buckled. Yeah, they're absolutely garbage, those ones. Watched a rather upsetting episode of Midsummer Murders. I deserve a new pair of skates. Quick fire Billy bonus round. I'll meet you at 1 o'clock.
That's a lie.
Rollerbladers don't understand the concept of time whatsoever. I think half of them still use sundials to work out what actual time it is. You can tell by the way that rollerbladers dress, they have no concept of time. It's not 2005 anymore, mate. Skate sizes, what a lie. It's just numbers picked at random and it differs from brand to brand. Don't trust anybody. You're lying to yourself if you think you're taking your size 10 feet and getting it in a small shell. Razor's incentive pay, that was a lie, although he did take it in the end. Air Manatee Horn Trick, still a lie. Currently a lie. The status could change, but currently it's a lie. Fully replaceable, interchangeable parts. 1, you never actually change the skates anyway. 2, when you do go to do it, you can't, because it's impossible to get the bits off the skates. You end up drilling them to bits. They make it sound like it's as easy as building Lego. I nearly went atomic trying to replace an M12 sole plate. 3, you can never actually find the replacement parts. Nobody ever has them. You end up having to buy a whole new skate. So what are the biggest lies in rollerblading? Let me know in the comments below. Cheers for watching this video. Here's a couple of other videos you can watch.
So I got to talk about my weekend rollerblading, my weekend inline skating. I still haven't found a bench to jump on with my 2 front toes, do a twist in the middle, and then jump off of my 2 front toes still and pick my feet up so I can prove a point to Zayshawn Malcolm. Yes. And I'm just now seeing this whole time my whole camera's been off. That I can one try complicated rollerblading tricks. I don't know the point. I don't know the point, guys. I lost it. I did start jumping on and off the curb. In the morning, there's one curb, and I started incorporating more jumps on my commute because there's different sections of the sidewalk and places I could jump on and off curbs, as well as banked locations where I could jump into streets and almost flicked a plate of chicken bones onto the floor. I also started working on my power slide. In the video, he said, work on your drag. And so I've been working on getting the drag on the slides, and it's been fun. Getting a little So this week, tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Tell me why I got pump faked on the show this week. And when I got there, I knew I had gotten pump faked. And I don't even understand why I went so far. There's supposed to be a pep rally at work on Friday. I walk in on Thursday, and a person uninvolved in the entire planning process asked me to do a skate show because they had seen me skating in school. I come, I go home. I go home and I put the show together, choose the music, make the speech, and even plan my outfit so it'd be easy to carry and carry it all. So I skate with a pair of skates and a day's clothes in my bag. After work, I have a trip into town. So I'm skating into town. And my skates are, now that I did it, when I have to put my skates in my bag and it's just like one change of clothes, it's not as heavy as my regular bag. But if I have to carry my skates and a day of supplies, it is heavier than my regular bag. I get there and I know deep down in my soul, I do not have a performance today. I'm sorry, Boss Twins. I broke down. I knew. I asked one of the ladies that was involved. I was like, hey, yo, like, I didn't even tell nobody I had them. No, it's just the regular stuff. I don't have another pair of skates in this bag. I was thinking about the maneuvers and the tricks I was about to hit. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hit this spin. I'm going to hit that spin. I'm going to hit this breakdance move. I'm going to hit the coin drop. I knew I was going to hit the coin drop. Ah. I really wanted to focus on being ready and then having the show ready to be able to incorporate the history in the speech. But that's for another time. Field day. So I'll have an update on field day. Well, Thursday I had to skate into the city. I was so tired. I was so tired because first I had to stop to get some groceries and to get some packages. Then I had to carry those to the next mission. So I picked the packages up on 8th Street, and then I skate from the middle of 8th Street to Union Station. I skated on G, but still, it was just like 5, 10 extra pounds. So boom. Afterwards, I'm skating deeper into Northeast from Brooklyn. Bomber Hill. I was worn out. I can't lie. I ended up taking a cab to get back home that day because I was so tired. I was trying to skate as I was finishing up my errands and going home, and I just started feeling super duper tired. And this is when some of my roller skating information activated. Especially when I'm feeling super tired and I feel like I should have more strength. I noticed that that's a sign that I may be dehydrated. And I may have different functions in my body that are slowing down. So this is a good time to take a rest as well as to get some water. So I decided to go to the corner store and buy 1.5 liters of water. I had got some packages, so I had some Celsius powder and I had some Gatorade powder. So I was like, you know what? You don't need any energy drinks right now. You don't need any Gatorade. You're going to have a time to get all that. Right now, just, get some water. They didn't have any coconut water. Coconut water is really good for replacing electrolytes. But, everything's not coconut water. So, boom. But, yeah. The cool part is I took a look at my bus times, my skate times in the morning, and I realized I'm skating somewhere around 20 minutes. That brings my total up to 65 out of 100 hours. So at 5 hours a week, that means that I can finish the last 35. That means that, 100 hours of inline skating is almost finished. It's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. It's been an exciting time. I'm pushing to finish it as quickly as possible. And I just want to take a step back and remind myself to enjoy the journey because the first 100 hours of inline skating will always be the first 100 hours. So, as I'm going into the next week, I remember. No need to slam my face into my hands about it, though. I need to get out some roller skate tutorials. This week, I'm recording the tutorials for the email list. My email list tutorials are coming out. I'm doing some more polls on them to see, what people want to see and learn. And then from there, I want to start doing more research on what people want to see in the next course. I want to do a general recording so I can lay down my foundations so I can start teaching. Teaching people the ins and outs of the Dun BC style. So, yeah, I'm super duper excited to get that planned, and that's what I'm about to get into next. I had an opportunity to come in here, check out Indy. I'm going to have a block to record a little bit later. I have my week planned out. I'm going to eat a little bit of food, nap up, and then decide, am I going to jump into the recording or am I going to jump into, I might just do that. Or the skate adventure, because I still got a skate adventure for today. I might go skating in the evening. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll record now and go skating later. Well, until next time, see you, Boss Tweezy. I got to jump around because I can't see it. Like my computer is covering it and it's on the screen.